I'm Ann Rhodes, Executive Director of the Hike Preserve. It's hard to believe it's been a whole year since our first virtual membership meeting and the release of our first video highlighting activities here at the Hike Preserve. We look forward to more and more in-person events in the coming months and seeing our members back here at the Research Center at next year's membership meeting. 2021 marks the 90th anniversary of the Hike Preserve. And though this year and last year have been full of challenges, we've gotten a lot of work done toward our mission of conservation, education, research, and recreation. We hope you'll enjoy hearing about all we've accomplished and what we look forward to for the rest of the year.
Hey everybody, it's Adam here, Buildings Ground Supervisor. Just wanted to give you an update of what's been going on with the Ordway House. Leighton, Emery, and I have spent a little bit of time preparing it for summer residence. We've got our beach all set up for the summer. We have passed our inspection with the Department of Health, and we hope to be up and running and open June 26th. We solved the pothole problem at the Visitor Center this year by having Pearson's Excavation resurface the parking lot last month. For the year 2021, we've continued our Bullfrog Camp restoration work with the dry stack of the foundation of the Bullfrog Camp cabins, and we also had the removal of the concrete slab that used to be part of the old patio, done by Ellington Stoneworks.
Hi y'all, my name is Michaela and I'm the Membership and Outreach Coordinator of the Hike Preserve.
It's been a long year since our last membership meeting, and I have been keeping busy coordinating small in-person and virtual events such as our recent spring birding hike, working with our dedicated volunteers on mailings, and keeping our communication pathways as clear and as current as possible. I really enjoy how many of you shared your photos and experiences with the preserve through social media and email. I even received some remarkable footage of a porcupine on one of our trails from a member the other day. I look forward to reconnecting with returning members and meeting new members soon. As we look to the future, things promise to get even busier. Boat rack spots are already filled, and members are looking forward to another swimming season at Lake Myosotis. We look forward to our second virtual benefit auction running July 31st and August 1st, with the preview starting July 26th. Last year's auction was full of enticing items, and we were grateful to all the participants who helped us exceed our goals for the event. This year's auction promises to bring another fun weekend. As regulations continue to shift and evolve, we are looking forward to having more in-person events and the return of our Thursday night lecture series. We will also be revealing a scavenger hunt event beginning in July that will run throughout the month.
I hope you enjoy this new fun event and all of your time at the Hike Preserve.
Hi everyone, my name is Garrett and I am the Stewardship Coordinator here at the Hike Preserve. Now with over a year and a half under my belt, I've had ample opportunity to explore our over 2,000 acres of land and water, this being one of my favorite aspects of the position. Now that spring is coming to an end here, I'm looking forward to seeing what another field season will bring. Many of you might have tried to stay bundled up this cold winter, but I spent a great deal of time monitoring our over 350 acres of hemlock trees for HWA, or Hemlock Woolly Adelgid, to help inform our management of these majestic trees. The focus of the winter was to look for invasive forest pests, but I was able to stay well acquainted with the many porcupines that I met through the same monitoring last year. As the Stewardship Coordinator, I carry out the Preserve Invasive Species Management and Monitoring Plan in order to protect key areas of the preserve from invasive plants and forest pests. And now with a successful year of management in 2020 under my belt, I am hoping to see more results in 2021. We will continue honing techniques that work best for controlling the species we're focused on. This year, I'm excited to try out new and experimental techniques on our invasive plants. If you enjoy kayaking on or hiking around Lake Myosotis, you might see my team laying out hardware cloth on a patch of Japanese knotweed this summer, a new technique that we're trying out and we're hopeful will aid in eradicating this population. As an accredited land trust, we are required to perform annual monitoring of our boundaries. This spring, I have been walking our over 20 miles of boundary and looking for any changes and posting any necessary signage. A goal I set for myself this year was to spend more time looking up. and I've been able to see countless bald eagles flying overhead, as well as a variety of other bird species. After starting our pilot Adopt a Trail program in 2020, I've been able to see firsthand just how important our volunteers are. With a volunteer on each trail, we were able to keep up with any trail maintenance that was needed so that visitors could safely enjoy the preserve. Our volunteers were exceptional at keeping trails clear and reporting bigger issues that Adam and I could address. We also always need citizen science volunteers to help with monitoring our phenology trail. Our phenology trail is a short and easy to navigate loop that starts at the visitor center, goes across the Lower Falls Bridge, and back along the 10 Mile Creek to Route 353. We monitor 15 species on this trail, including herbaceous plants, shrubs, and trees. This spring, I kicked off part of our 3-part phenology series that I will be continuing through the fall. I look forward to seeing you out on the trails. Thanks.
Last year, this research campus was pretty quiet, and only local researchers with ongoing projects came on site for outdoor fieldwork. For them, losing a year of data just wasn't an option. This year, we are excited to welcome several new and returning research groups for day and overnight stays. In 2020, we were forced to move our popular Thursday night lectures to a Zoom format, which allowed people to connect with members of our Scientific Advisory Board and Research Committee from the comforts of home. But everyone missed getting together at the Research Center and enjoying a potluck. Although we will wait until next year to bring back the potluck, we are really looking forward to having several Thursday night lectures in July and August held outside at Lincoln Pond. One of the biggest impacts of the pandemic was on our education program. We missed working with students in 2020, but in a little over a month, the kids will be back. Elementary students will return from nature study, and we've added new programs for middle and high school students, including events meant just for them, and research and stewardship experiences for high school students. This year, we also brought our education program on the road and taught our popular aquatic ecology lesson to the Greenville Elementary School 5th grade classes at their school. We will bring back our full array of K-12 education programs next year and hope schools will be ready to visit on field trips in the fall. Despite fewer programs, we've kept busy. One of the highlights of the last several months has been the start of a recreational improvement project funded by the New York State Conservation Partnership Program. The focus of the project is to design improvements to our existing trails, our boat launch on Lake Myosotis, and our trail maps and educational materials. This work was a goal long before the pandemic, but has become even more important with the increase in visitors we've seen over the past year. We are incorporating feedback from the community and can't wait to reveal our plans next year. Then the work of making those plans a reality will begin. As Garrett mentioned, we have also continued the hard work of invasive species management. Thanks to support by Capital Region PRISM, we are continuing to make progress on perhaps our most challenging stewardship problem, protecting our most important hemlocks from invasive hemlock woolly adelgid. This year, we are treating the beautiful stand along Lincoln Pond, and you've probably read about the exciting project initiated by the New York State Hemlock Initiative to study the potential for 2 species of silverfly to control hemlock woolly adelgid. I'm sure you agree that these important forests, beloved by us and critical to the ecosystem, are well worth fighting for. Thank you to our volunteers and supporters from my favorite place at the Hike Preserve, the ephemeral stream in the hemlocks at the back of Lincoln Pond.
Thank you from my favorite spot at the preserve, the crossing at the Lower Falls.
Thank you from my favorite spot at the preserve, Lincoln Pond Spillway.
Thank you from my favorite spot at the preserve, Lake Myosotis.